This tutorial will show you how to create a new user account, create a share for the new user, and set the permissions for the share using the web interface for the Seagate Business Storage Rack Mount NAS units. First, log into the Business Storage NAS web interface as an administrator. After the interface launches, click on the User's menu item on the left side navigation bar. Once the Users page displays, click on the Add Users button. After clicking on the button, the new user setup text entry box will display. Enter a login name and password for the new user. These will be the credentials the user will enter to log into their account. You may also include an email address for the user. Supplying an email address will enable email notifications on the dashboard support page. You may also give the user administrative permissions by putting a check in the Administrator Account checkbox. After entering the information, click on the Add User button. After creating the new user's credentials, clicking on the user's password, Wooala account name, or email address will display a pop-up text entry box. For example, clicking on the new user's password will display a Change Password text box. When the text box displays, you can change the user's password by entering a new one in the spaces provided. You may edit the Wooala account name and email address in the same manner. When you have finished, click on the Save button. As an administrator, you may also edit a user's permissions at any time. To edit the permissions, first move your mouse over the area to the right side of the user entry. This action will cause the Edit button to display. Clicking on the Edit button will launch a drop-down menu. From this menu, you may access the user's group and share permissions, delete the user, set the user as an administrator, and set the storage quota. Once you have created a new user, you can create a share for them. To create a share, first click on the Shares menu item from the navigation bar. Once the Shares page displays, click on the Add Share button. The new share setup box will display. To continue, enter a name for the share. You may also include a description of the share if you wish. By default, the new share will be set as private. However, you may set the share as public by clicking in the Public checkbox. When you have finished entering the information for the share, click on the Add Share button. Next, set the permissions for the new share. Click on the Edit button to display the drop-down menu. You can set the permissions for users and groups, change the share from private to public, activate and deactivate access protocols, and delete the share. To set the permissions for users, first click on the Users menu item. When the share's permission page displays, click on the user for whom you want to modify the permissions. Then click the Add button for the permission you want to grant the user. You may grant either read and write permissions or read-only access. You may add permissions for groups in the same manner. Click on the Group tab to display the Group Permissions page. After you have made your selections, click on the Close button. When the new users log into their accounts, they will be able to access any public shares that have been created as well as their private share. These are all the steps required to create a new user and set up their private share. For more information on the product and its features, please view the rest of the Seagate Business Storage Rack Mount Unit tutorials.